Good morning, it is Jane with Scraptastic Yarns, and I have a few WIPS, and I have quite a few, I have a couple of acquisitions. I think first we will go with the WIPS that I have. And you know, I had done the blanket, once again, I can't remember the name. But the blanket by Creative Grandma. I want to say it's Winter Woods blanket. Winter in the Woods blanket, something like that. This is in the color of puzzle yarn in dominoes, which still kind of baffles me. So that is a WIP that I started, and I started another one. I started a cardigan, and this is in the color of Be Still. It's I Love This Yarn by Hobby Lobby, and yeah, I'm enjoying the knitting. I had decided that I was going to do something for me this time. You know, that doesn't happen very often for me. And I thought, nope, I'm just going to do a couple things I want to do for me while I kind of gather my thoughts and figure out what I want to do. You know, it's just that kind of season, I guess, for me at the moment. I did get another crystal sphere. This is called Dragon's Blood. Now, I am a little disappointed with this seller. It is a seller on Etsy that I purchased it from. And the only reason that I'm disappointed, quite frankly, is because it didn't come with a wooden stand, a plastic stand, a metal stand, and every other store that I've shopped from, they send a stand with it. But it is stunningly beautiful. This is it in the Dragon's Blood. It does not have as much of the maroon red that I would like that color right there. But it is a beautiful crystal sphere, and that's one of those things that I really like. So yeah, I did purchase that. Now, we also got our boxes in from Crochet Society. So I'm going to pull that around here. And this is the Crochet Society by Bella Coco, and this is box 40. So you always get that lovely little sound of the Velcro. And there is the inside of the box. And of course it is all very nicely tissue papered in. So I find it interesting. The theme of this is a lot can happen in a year. Isn't that true? Oh my. First off, I'm going to show you this yarn. This is beautiful. This is King Cole Cotton Soft Candy. It is a DK. It is 100 grams. And it is called Blossom. I hope that you can see all those beautiful, nice little tones that are in there. You know, nice, beautiful little pinks and blues and purples. Yep, mostly white. And then looks like it is a beautiful journal. It says good things on the very front. It says good things are coming, and I do believe that. And it's basically a planner. Let's plan life. So it's got a very nice, beautiful calendar in it. Gives you the full calendar, and then it gives you a month by month and a little breakdown for you to do. organization, all those to-do lists and whatnot. And then there are pages for Create, which are either the grid or the dot grid, so that's really nice. And then you do have some plain paper for you to sketch out or whatever you want to do, and a section for notes back here. Some notes. Very beautiful, very nice journal. So planner. But you know, folks, I'm not very good at planning. I don't usually use a planner because I will plan and then I never follow through with that plan whatsoever. I pretty much lately have been flying by the seat of my pants. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. So yeah, this is a nice little planner. So that's a great little tool. And we have the beautiful little stitch marker, which is a planner in itself, and that is really cute. Notes, and then of course we get to the heart of the matter. Beautiful little crochet hook, 4.5, and those in those lovely pastel colors again. So gorgeous, very nice. I'm not really used to using this kind of hook because you know me. I love my tulips and I love my Edamos and my Clover Amours, so that's usually what I use. So here is the Crochet Society book, and of course you always have the conversions on the back for British and US. And they are calling this Welcome to Your Frosty Crochet Society box. Our patterns this month are all about creating something fresh and cozy for a frosty midwinter. And those are some of the projects there. I love these booklets. And they just have some beautiful things. Oh, look at that gnome. Is that gnome not adorable? Oh my. And of course they have a nice little information. We have the lattice pouch there. And then it talks about the items that are in your box, as always. And this is a luxury yarn. There is a better picture of the color that is in this. I changed the battery, folks. Anyway, there is that lovely colorway there. It's a little bit of a better picture. There is a beautiful market bag to be made. And there's information on how to read a pattern. And there is another option, that is the Parisian knot scarf. And these are all just lovely. And I think some of the things that I like about it is you do get to see some of the free patterns that are available out there, as well as getting to see the makes of other people. So, yeah, I really enjoy this. I do like the book. I don't always care for the hook, but, I just haven't really tried the hook. So maybe I should get into it and really try the hook, before I say I don't like it, that kind of thing. That is it for acquisitions and kind of what's been going on. I don't know if I explain to you what the results of the endoscopy that I had were. I had asked for prayers for that, and I will tell you now what had happened. When they did the upper endoscopy, they found that my duodenum was inflamed. So they did a biopsy of it, and my fear is that my Crohn's was coming out of remission. My Crohn's is not coming out of remission, neither is my gastroparesis. Those are still in remission. But what they found is that I have a very rare congenital disorder, and the normal way they treat that is surgery. And the one doctor was pushing for me to have surgery in January. I had asked him about putting it off till May, till after the cruise, so that possibly my sister could come back with me. And he didn't want to do that. He was really pushing for January. So I said to him, I would like a second opinion. And I went to the doctor that originally diagnosed me with Crohn's disease and the gastroparesis. She is no longer in Pennsylvania. She is in Missouri. But I did call her up and told her the situation and had them send all the information to her. I said, I'm doing research on it, and there isn't a whole lot to find on it. She said, I know, but I know where I can find that information. And she said to me, I have a patient who was just diagnosed with this, so I think we can help you. So once they got into it, they were doing all the research. Come to find out, there are Japanese doctors that have been treating this with medication in hopes that you don't ever have to have the surgery. Surgery is a bowel resection, which, it's a big thing, but it's not a big thing. A lot of people with diverticulitis have it, will have it, and for various reasons, you could have a bowel resection, but I really didn't want to have to go through that, top everything else that's been going on. So, prayers have been answered. I've started the medication. So far it seems to be working. Not had any pain or any issues or anything that they tell me I need to look for. So, there you go. All right. Thank you for all your prayers. I truly appreciate every one of them. All right, I'm going to get a sip here, because next we have What in Tarnation? And I will tell you that I will be filming down here in the living room more often. Right now, I am going through the sewing room, and I am putting away fabrics that I will not probably use within the next 7 months, so that I can move things around, decide what I want to keep, what I want to get rid of, that kind of thing. So it's a big declutter at the same time. And that's just always fun, isn't it? Alright, what in Tarnation? Firefighters remove wheel from car to rescue kitten. Firefighters in Florida came to the rescue of a stray kitten that was seen wandering in a road and ended up fleeing into the engine compartment of a parked car. Oviedo Fire Rescue said a kitten was spotted in the roadway on Alfaya Trail on Thursday, and the police arrived at the scene to try to capture the feline, but it fled into the engine compartment of a Lexus parked on a nearby business. Of course it would. I'm not going to let you catch it. Firefighters were summoned to the scene and ended up removing a wheel from the car to reach the kitten. The kitty is now safe and sound. And I posted the tweet, so you can go see that cute little kitty. Kentucky man reunited with message in a bottle after 37 years. A Florida family found a message in a bottle washed up on a beach and tracked down the man who threw it into the ocean 37 years earlier. Katie and Annie Carmack said they were walking their 2 young daughters along the shore in Sebastian on November the 13th when they came across a pair of teachers participating in a cleanup effort in the wake of Hurricane Nicole. Teachers gave the family their most unusual discovery, a message in a bottle. We just feel really special that we ran into two wonderful teachers picking trash up after a hurricane, Katie told WLKY-TV. The Carmax family chronicled their story on TikTok as they attempted to find the author of the letter, Troy Heller, who had included a Louisville, Kentucky address and phone number in his note. The family used Heller's old contact information to search for him online and found the man by the same name was living in Mount Washington, Kentucky. Heller said he initially ignored a call from the unknown Florida number, but a text message soon came in that grabbed his attention. Soon as I saw it, I remembered writing it. Heller said he was only 10 years old when he tossed the old Pepsi glass bottle into the Atlantic Ocean during a trip to Vero Beach, Florida in 1985. The bottle only traveled a few miles from where it originally entered the water, but Heller said he was shocked to learn it had survived for nearly 4 decades. I'm just surprised it didn't break. Carmaxes sent the letter back to Heller, who placed it into a frame alongside a photo of a family member who had snapped of him throwing the bottle into the ocean in 1985. It's something you never thought would happen, he said. I thought I'd just throw it out in the ocean and just see where it went, you know? It's just amazing that it finally found its way back. And it truly is. Canadians' provinces' most inappropriate 911 calls include a clogged drain. I look forward to this list every year. Police in Saskatchewan, Canada are reminding residents not to abuse the 911 emergency line by revealing some of the most unusual calls of 2022, including calls about clogged drains and unwanted voicemails. We all have those, don't we? They released its list of the top 10 non-emergency calls that missed the mark in 2022 by being placed to 911, including a caller who requested assistance deleting a voicemail from their phone, a caller whose bathtub drain was clogged, and a caller who used the emergency line to avoid being put on hold in request for paperwork. Other non-emergency calls that made the list are a prank caller reporting a cougar, which turned out to be the reference to a colloquial term for an attractive older lady. Cougar was on the loose. Another caller asked the operators if they knew the name of the polite RCMP officer who had served in their community. The caller was hoping for an update to see how the officer's family was doing. While well-meaning, this certainly would not be considered an emergency. A 911 caller reported their roommate had eaten their takeout order. A caller reported a hostile cat in their neighborhood. A caller reported they were out of milk, and a caller reported that swallowing a mosquito had caused them to choke and lose their dentures. Before dialing 911, please remember that calling the police should be reserved for police-related matters only, and calling 911 should be reserved for life-threatening emergencies only. Now, this video has been making the rounds today, and I hope everyone got to see this video. If you didn't, it's going to be linked down below. Plane crew catches cat that escaped during flight. Passenger aboard a United flight from Dallas to San Francisco captured video of a flight attendant asking an important question. Anybody missing a cat? The video posted to TikTok by user @DavidHislop shows a crew member carrying the cat down the aisle of the Boeing 737 after the feline broke free of its carrier. Anybody missing a cat? The crew member asked. The Flight attendant places the struggling feline on the floor before locating the cat's apparent owner. "We're going to need you to come and claim that," she says to the person. We have another animal caught in an engine. Mechanics find bunny stuck in undercarriage of car during an oil change. Mechanics at a Florida car dealership said they were performing a routine oil change when they heard an unusual noise that turned out to be a rabbit trapped in the vehicle's motor mount area. Kyle Frid, a mechanic at Germain BMW of Naples, said he was overseeing a younger employee's work on the dealer's garage when they heard a scratching sound coming from the undercarriage of the car. Co-worker Noah Caprician used his phone as a camera to investigate inside the motor mount area of the car and discovered there was a bunny trapped inside. Caprician recorded as his co-workers freed the bunny and proceeded to chase it around the garage. The dealership posted Caprician's video to its Instagram page, where it became a hit with followers and others alike. "No bunnies were harmed in the making of this film," the video's caption reads. "The rabbit was released outside the dealership." Now this last video, it is an absolutely rare moment. If you ever have a chance to go on one of these whale-watching ships, by all means go, because you're going to be amazed at what you see, part of God's creation. All right, whale watchers witness rare birth off California coast. A whale-watching expedition off the California coast encountered what initially appeared to be a whale in distress, but turned out to be something much more rare. A gray whale giving birth. Captain Dave's dolphin and whale watching safari shared a video to YouTube showing the mother and her newborn calf swimming off the coast of Dana Point. For a minute, many of us thought it may be a shark or a predatory event. But no, instead of an end of life, it was the beginning of a new one, the video's caption reads. The group said the sight was a once-in-a-lifetime event for the passengers and crew, as gray whales typically give birth in the lagoons of Baja California and Mexico. Gray whale calves are about 15 feet when they're long when they are born, and will gain over 50 pounds a day feeding on their mother's milk, the video caption reads. And that is it for What in Tarnation. By all means, go and watch that video if you don't watch any of the other ones, because it is rather amazing to get to see that. All right, we are ready for our devotion. And of course, I'm still reading from the Amazing Grace devotion. And here we go. Here's our devotion for today. Out of darkness. You are a chosen race, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a people for God's own possession, so that you may proclaim the excellencies of Him who has called you out of darkness into His marvelous light. 1 Peter 2:9. And this is the New American Standard Bible. Don't try to hide where you came from, no matter how dark or shameful your past was before you met Christ. There is power in your testimony. Boy, is there power in the testimony. When a light is turned on in an already bright room, its effect is barely noticeable. But even the smallest flicker of light appears in blackness, and we are drawn to it. We have been chosen as people of God's possession to proclaim His excellence and to be the visible evidence of His marvelous, life-changing light. What is your testimony of being called out of darkness? You've heard my testimony, one of them. And that was the testimony when I went into cardiac arrest and got that small vision of heaven. I might reveal my other testimony, my very beginning testimony, someday, but not today. Alright guys, that is it for today. As always, be kind to one another, love one another, be kind to yourself, and learn to love yourself. And by all means, go outside and let your light shine. You never know when that little light that you give to someone will help bring them out of some deep, dark place. Alright guys, get out there and see this big, beautiful world we live in, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.